Hi, everybody. It's 12 o'clock on Friday, so we are here at the WeBeam Studios, and we are going live with our show today, and we have special guests with us. First, let's say hi to Charlie. Charlie, say hi to everybody
today. Hi, everybody.
What's going on, man?
Just know that I'm playing with my phone because you notice I don't have my laptop here.
I see that. You don't have it together.
So I'm trying to get to the comment section, so just ignore me while y'all talking about all kinds of good stuff.
We got this guy with the best radio voice I know. Every time I talk to him, I'm like, God, I wish I had that voice instead of mine. Say hello to Jim Lynch and say hello to everybody, man.
How you doing, everybody? Good to see you.
So you're over there at that camera.
Okay.
Now, you are with Revelation 1 Concepts. That's your company, right?
Sure. Yep.
So what do you do with Revelation 1 Concepts? Well, Charlie gets ready and he can comment to everybody. Tell us about what you can. Number one, he's got your ad right up there.
Okay.
That's in Full Throttle Magazine. Got you on page 1 right there.
All right. Yeah, basically we're a motorcycle transport company. We do dealer trades. We do a lot of auctions through National Power Sports auctions and mainly dealerships. We have a custom shop over in Edgewater, Florida, that we do custom bike work on the side. But yeah, that's pretty much basically it. We just tote bikes all over the East Coast.
And you go, yeah, you're up and down the East Coast. So you go probably up to Maine, all the way down to the.
Well, I typically cut it off about New Jersey. Once you get north of New Jersey, you get a nosebleed. Yeah, so.
It's nice up there, though.
It's beautiful. Yeah,
there's some great riding up there. Fran Hosh, of course, one of our great sponsors, has a place up in Bar Harbor, and I've been riding up there, and it's beautiful.
Yeah,
I mean, it is.
It is. I do a lot up there around Boston. Last year we were doing a lot for the dealerships up around Boston, and pretty much our main sources. You know,
we learned, we went up there when we had a trailer and we were going to Laconia, Les and myself, and then I learned something, that you can't have a trailer on parkways.
Right.
I did not know that. I don't drive in New York often.
Huge fan.
It was the funniest thing. The great story real quick. We're sitting there and we're driving on this parkway. It's the way our GPS takes us, and this guy pulls up, and I don't know if you've ever heard of New York mean nice. Like, I don't know how to explain it. This guy pulls up next to us, and he's like, "You guys are idiots. What the F are you doing? You're on a parkway with a trailer." We're like...
He's smiling at you the whole time.
Yeah, and he's smiling, and he's nice. He goes, "You guys are idiots. Follow me." So he takes us an hour out of the way to get us off this parkway, to get us back onto whatever expressway. We pull over, we give him a shirt and some other stuff, and I mean, he's cursing at us, but he's the nicest guy in the world, cursing at us, yelling at us.
Yeah.
Like, "You guys are morons. What's wrong with you? I tried to help you out, you freaking idiots." I'm like, are you nice or mean? I don't know what the heck, how to take this guy.
Like a young Big Al.
No, he was like mad at us, but yet nicest guy in the world. I didn't know how to take him, but I mean, he went way out of his way to show us which way to go, and he's like, "You guys could have got a ticket." It was really, so we gave him a bunch of shirts and stuff like that.
And where was that at? In
New York. I want to say we were in New York.
It's every New Yorker's right to be in a bad mood 24 hours a day.
I'm telling you, they own that shit too.
Yeah.
They certainly.
Once you get to know them people over there, they're great. I used to take my son up there all the time when I was up in the Bronx.
All right, we got Tim from Sacramento, California, watching us.
Yeah.
He said we rock. All right, how you doing, Tim?
Yeah, but they're good. They're good people.
They're good people.
Once you get to know them, you really got to warm up to them, and you got to learn how to take them. Being from the South,
you got to know. Yeah, down here it's like you. It's like, "Hey man, how you doing?" Shake your hand. Up there it's like, "What the F your problem?"
How you doing? Nice, look at you like you got corona.
Yeah, it's like, "What did I do to you?" He's like, "Nothing. I'm just being nice." Okay, I don't get it. Why are you screaming at me? And what did I do? But that was funny. The guy was great actually, but just yelled at us. I'm like, "What are we doing wrong?" And we didn't know, so I'm sitting there going, "Okay, what the hell?" And they have these bridges that were curved, right? So we're barely making it with our trailer. I'm like, "What is this? This is the craziest road. I don't think we should be on here." Yeah, no, we weren't supposed to be on that road at all. And that was a lot of fun. So I wasn't a fan of Laconia. You been to Laconia before?
No, I've always wanted to go just to try it out, but I'm
Julie Dotson said they got yelled at for having an 18-wheeler on the parkway.
Well, yeah, that's
that's a huge fine.
I don't even know if you could make it through some of those bridges with an 18-wheeler.
No,
they were low. Like the one we were on, I was like getting in the lane over because it was curving up into our lane. I'm like, okay, that's not
when you see them tractor trailers with the top peeled back like a soda can,
I've seen that.
They've been on New York.
When they hit that, and it's like, I was at my house one day, and this U-Haul was going down the road. I saw it, and I was doing something else, and all I heard is boom, and the world shook, and I'm like, what the? There's a branch. And when you drive a U-Haul, you don't drive it often, so you don't know how big it is. Peeled back like the whole side of it, hit this tree and shook everything in the neighborhood. I was like, Well, it sounded like a bomb blew up.
Hope they spent the $2 on the insurance.
I certainly hope they did
where
too.
I'm from in Louisiana, what they did there is to get by railroad tracks, they kind of, and they dug under instead of like doing an overpass over. They dug under, and a lot of the 18-wheelers would try to go under that underpass, and when they would get in that middle, they would bang back up and get hung up.
You got to think it goes like this, and then you flatten out.
Yeah. So.
How is trucking world out there? I mean, I know it's different. It's definitely a different world in moving stuff and driving that big old 18-wheeler.
Well, I mean, I really enjoy doing what I'm doing now. I drove tractor and trailer for 25 years hauling produce, and I got into this and swore I'd never own another tractor and trailer. But actually, it's
he laughs over there. Your son over there is laughing. He's
it's
like,
really a running joke because I swore I'd be destitute if you ever see me behind the wheel of another big truck. But I toted it around with my Dodge and my dually, and I had a blast doing it. And then I got to where it was growing too quick, so I decided to go and get this tractor and trailer. And it's been a chore.
Doesn't that suck sometimes when you're doing something for fun and next thing you know it turns into work, and then it's like it turns into like I guess this is a business now, isn't it? And then next thing you know you got 4 trucks and 2 trailers and all this stuff. It's like, how did this happen?
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's pretty much what it is.
Kirk's the same way. We got a guy who does the motorcycle towing. And he's got that bed that flips down at the moto tow, and then it takes the bikes up and puts it on. Well, he started with 1, and he was doing a few things, and then he got another one, and I want to say he has 7 or 8 now across the state, and he's like, I don't even know where they all came from. All these companies call me, and they're like, you want to take this over, blah, 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 and a good guy just, goes to Daytona and takes the whole fleet over there and just kills it in Daytona.
Frank Walker loves seeing him come to the light because he's adding another truck.
Yep, he buys a lot of Fords from Walker Ford, stuff like that. So we're going to talk about a few things. So you're just going to, BS with us about it. One thing, what's that, Charlie?
Just one hit with him. Are you hauling folks' bikes to Sturgis?
Absolutely.
Just hit on that real quick.
Rob, bring up that ad again so people can see. If it says if you're planning on going to Sturgis. And one thing we're trying to talk with Rhett right now, I'm glad you brought that up, is we're trying to set something up. If you want to take your bike out to Sturgis, where you could send your bike with Jim to get sent out there, you fly out there and meet him, or drive, or however you want to do it. And we're going to do a pickup at Quaker, is what we're trying to plan right now. We did this before, and it worked out great because everybody just brought their bikes to bike night, loaded it up, and then took an Uber or had somebody pick them up from bike night.
Yeah, I remember they used to do 2 sides. They used to get with folks up at High Octane. If you were in that area, then they come down, to Quaker, and so that way you had 2 big areas.
Maybe we can talk to Crystal River Harley, and get them up in that neck of the woods, and then one down here at Quaker, so you can get the whole area.
I've been meaning to go up to Crystal River Harley and talk to them. There's a few dealerships I've been meaning to hit down through here.
Well, you're here, you might as well, right?
Yeah, that's what I was actually looking at the map, see how far away it was from Crystal River.
Crystal River's about an hour and 20 minutes north from here.
Depends on red lights, yeah.
Yeah, well, once you got to worry about the bear areas. There's Florida bear area up there. I don't know.
Yeah.
I was on the bike, and it's something different when you're riding. You see a bear crossing or bear for the next 20 miles. I'm like,
it's almost like a huge pothole in it.
Yeah, you can tell your pothole story because this man has a beautiful bike. We actually met each other before, but we really started that day Bike Week. You put your bike in almost every one of our shows, so I want to thank you for that, by the way.
I appreciate you guys.
Because, our shows are $20 a show. You put them in every show. You did like 8 shows of ours out there.
Yeah, I had a blast. Yeah, it was really good. That was actually the first week we rolled that bike out. Jeff Summers got painted a bike. We finally got it back from him. We got it all put together, and
I know it's on your page. I'm gonna test Rob. I always test Rob, who runs our show here. Maybe we can pull up your Revelation 1 Concepts Facebook page. We can show the bike. I was gonna grab a picture of it earlier. I love your bike. Do you call it a Cholo style or no?
Yeah, we actually got it embroidered on the blanket. It says El Cholo.
Oh, do you? Okay. Yeah. And your paint job's phenomenal with the flake and everything, the red and black and silver. Yeah. And we were talking, and you were riding recently and found a big pothole.
Yeah. It was a big one. It was a DC pothole.
A DC pothole.
Yeah.
It's a politician one, so you can put it in.
Yeah. They just put all the crap in it. Still don't fill it all in. But
But I heard you went down
and been there for 40 years.
Yeah.
They actually finally starting to resurface it, but they didn't fix that pothole.
They keep it there because it makes money. Everybody pops their tires, breaks something on there.
That's the funny thing. We was up there for the memorial ride. We went for a little memorial ride with combat vets out of D.C. We met up at the Harley Davidson of D.C. and we went for a ride. So, and there it is. We just had that photo shoot there a week before I wrecked it.
Of course, right? A week before you wrecked it.
At least we got pictures of it, right?
You like knew it. It's like washing the bike. It's like, don't wash it because you know what's going to happen.
Right.
It's going to get dirty. So, Yeah, you did all the shows. So you're over at Edgewater. So you're over on the East Coast, right?
Right, yeah, we're just a few minutes south of Daytona.
This ad's great. Look at all the bikes in this picture down here. Now, is that a double-decker truck?
It is.
Right? So you can
we
put
got about 40 to 45 bikes in there, depending on what it is.
Nice.
You load them on the cradles and all that good stuff, and then roll them in.
We just get them in there. I got a dolly. We turn them sideways, blanket
cool.
them up. Every bike in there, we wrap them all up in blankets and secure them in there. Nice.
Dumb question, license, insured, all that good stuff.
Absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely.
Somebody told me before that was it was expensive to do that because you have to pay per axle on your. You don't have to pay per bike axle on the trailer, do you? When you go through tolls and stuff, or no?
No.
You
See,
pay
they
for,
told me
you
that
pay per
before.
axle on the truck. Not
On the
bike.
truck.
Yeah.
So I was told before that when you're moving vehicles and stuff, if you go through those tolls, that you have to pay per axle on the truck itself, not just not just the truck, but what's on your truck.
That sounds like a sales pitch to me.
Okay, that's what that sounds like. I fell right for that. I see what he's saying. He's like,
That's not like I'm going to tell you I got to pay, my 8 axles and you got to pay for your 2 axles, so my rate's got to go up.
That makes more sense. I feel like an idiot. I appreciate that, Jim. Thank you. It was nice having you on the show. You can go. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, so you move bikes up and down the East Coast here, and you're going to take some out to Sturgis. We're going to try and get that. Guys, you want to call, you definitely want to take care of your bikes, get it out there. If you want to ride with us, we're doing our ride out there. If you want to go get your bike shipped with Jim, you can get it shipped out there with Jim.
We're also going to offer to save you some money on your flight ticket. We got to figure out the weight per bag, but I thought we'd do, you can put your riding gear in the trailer with your bike.
Nice.
That way you see, because those flights are going to rate you.
Oh, because you're going to go with helmets and all types of leathers, because I don't care what they say. It's summer up in Sturgis, it's still cold.
Right.
If you're coming from Florida, it's still cold as hell in Sturgis. Right?
By that time, airlines are going to be jacking prices back up.
They got to make their money back.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do you remember how cold it was when we were out there riding? I think we wore long sleeves most of the morning. I think from like noon to 3, it's hot, and then after 3 o'clock it starts getting cold again, and God forbid it gets dark. You're like,
I always tell people dress
jacket.
in layers.
Yeah.
Then comes the rain.
Right.
Yeah,
Or hail.
Except for Georgia Boy, he looks like he's riding in a blizzard no matter what it is. He looks like that kid off of South Fork where you just see nothing but just his eyes sticking out.
Well, I'll tell you, I like the face covers that Fran gives out to everybody. Because you know what? I don't care what I'm riding. Number one, it keeps the sun off your face so you don't get burnt. You get the sunglass lines like I always have. But the bugs and the rocks and,
I heard y'all talk about them. I haven't seen them yet, but I heard
No,
them.
they're great, man. I'm telling you, pull them over, especially with the COVID stuff where you
Like
got to
the
wear
sock?
masks.
Yeah,
it's like the
it's
sock.
sock. You can
Yeah.
wear
But
those
it's a
over your
Fran
head.
Gotcha.
Like a lot of times I'll wear it, put it on my ears because I got the big taxi cab door open ears, so I'll put it over my ears.
It's just because you don't want to listen to Georgia Boy.
Just so I don't listen. Georgia Boy puts it over his beard.
I got one in the truck you can have.
Oh, you got one in your truck you can have. He puts it over his beard to keep the bugs and women out of his beard, because the attracts his ladies. But you can wear it for anything. You can wear it as a sock or whatever you want to do.
Right.
So are you, let me ask you a question, since you moved the truck around and stuff like that, with all the stuff with people on the highways and all this, everything going on with riots, how do you feel about some of this stuff? I mean, not politically, I'm just saying, I don't like the fact that they're trying to block the roads. I mean, that's dangerous.
I haven't ran into that
yesterday
myself yet, but I think I'm for free speech and their protests, but as far as it's kind of like me being on the highway. I think I look at it, if you're going to block me, it's no different from blocking somebody from actually doing their job or working. So
And I've seen some great protests. Like, you know what? I'm all for it. I'm all for trying to get the word out there. I saw a protest where, the cops took a knee first. And then the protesters took a knee. And then when it was done, they shook hands and it dissipated.
Right.
That's a protest right there. They got their point across. It was videoed. They did their thing. In St. Pete, they just laid down in the middle for as long as...
Fourth at what?
What was
Fourth
it?
and-
But they did something
4th
where...
and 22nd Avenue North or something.
I'm not sure how it ended, but they laid down with their hands behind their back as long as he was down for. I get it, symbolize, but they got up, and if they got out of the road, then I get that. I understand. Okay, right. I see what they're doing, and I agree. Black Lives Matter, all lives matter. It's all the same. It's all based on. Just do the right thing. Just do what the cops say. Do the right thing. Don't get in trouble. And we do have to look at some of the police. And I don't want to talk about this for a lot, but it's tough. It's tough out here right now.
Oh,
you went from COVID to riots to hurricanes to you know, looting. It's like, God, yeah, we need to restart 2020 over.
Yeah, that'd be nice to go back to January 1st, just start all over.
Start over again.
Just like wake up.
Well, the thing about it, we were just watching a video. I'm sorry, trying to bust into a bank is not protesting.
No, and it's not remembering.
That's looting and bank robbery.
It's not remembering, you know, George Floyd either. It's what's the point of that?
Yeah, you know.
Well, I mean, I don't know the man from Adam, but I'm sure that he wouldn't want that done in his name. I mean,
No, his brother said that. That's not what he would have wanted.
Right.
You know.
And no, nobody would. Anybody in the right mind wouldn't want that.
You know, and don't get us wrong on this either. You know, we back the police officers and stuff like that.
100%.
But what those police officers did
Was wrong.
They were wrong, and they should have been arrested.
Right.
You know, keeping him down. You can put him in handcuffs, put him in the car, get him to jail, do the process.
Handle business. That's business.
But when they pulled him back out of the car and laid on his neck and if you watch the video, you could see it. Yeah. No, that was wrong, and a lot of police officers say the same thing.
Yeah.
We back police, and it's hard to have an answer to this one. It's hard to have the right answer because we were talking about it before.
Mm-hmm.
Your opinion is wrong if it's not the right opinion of the world nowadays. You know, it's like, yes, cops did wrong. Yes, this guy did wrong. You know, there's all these sides, and you got to take these pieces and make this big puzzle fit. And it's hard to have any kind of opinion on it because, God forbid, we have the wrong opinion. Now you're blasted by everybody like Drew Brees.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
all he said
if you have
was,
the wrong opinion,
I
then you're
stand
blasted.
for the, I stand for the national anthem, and he got blasted for it.
Right.
It's just tough. I don't want to really discuss because it's hard. It's not something.
It's hard to not get political.
It's hard to not get political, or at least take a stance on it, because that's what in our life. That's what we do. It's like you take a stance. Are you a Democrat, Republican? Are you you know, this or that? Are you vanilla or chocolate? It's like, I like a swirl. I want a swirl ice cream. Why can't we all just eat swirl ice cream? You know, why is there got to be two different ones?
I don't like swirl. I gotta have chocolate.
Just folks, if you're going to protest, go out and be safe. You know, do it the right way. Don't be tearing people's stuff up. You don't want your stuff tore up. Don't tear don't tear other people's stuff up. You know, but if you want to go out there and protest everything else, we'll back you 100%.
Well, look at the biker community. We're the original bad guys out there. We're the original. You know, you got the names of some of these from showing up and being bad bikers and getting stereotyped our entire life. You know, the beards, and back in the day showing up and you were the bad guys. You know, women clutched their purses closer.
Right.
And, well, you know, that's a biker. That's the biker look.
Right.
Nowadays, you can't. You know, you show up with tattoos and you're a biker. Most people go, "Oh, they're probably good dudes." You know, they're nice people. Because you know, we've gotten past that stigma. But how many years were you the bad guy? You know, how many years were we? Bikers pull up and you know, we have to go do. We love doing these charities. Not have to. We love doing these charities for kids or veterans or pets or something like that. Just because. You know, that's what we do. Bikers are the most giving people in the world. And you got to think, a toy, your bike, you're out riding. You got a big beard, you got a deep voice, you ride a bike. That bike's not cheap. That bike is not cheap, and you have a lot of money into it. So it's not like you're out there just raising hell trying to do, burnouts and break stuff. It's like, we pull up on a $30,000 machine, we take $100 out of our pocket, give it to charity, and we still look scary, big. We scare kids or older women or stuff like that. It's just, there's stereotyping. There is, and it's hard to get away from that.
Well, it's been proven that bikers give more to charities than the actual charities themselves gives for whatever that charity's set up for. That bikers end up giving more to that particular charity to help the person than a charity that's supposed to be set up to help that person does. I mean, that's how giving bikers are.
Weren't you on a ride when you said you went when you hit that pothole? You were a charity?
Yeah, we rode Sunday, and I met some great members of the Combat Vet Association up there in Maryland, and they actually, one of them worked at the Pentagon, and one of them done something else. But anyway, we decided to go on a ride.
I was getting a drink. I'm sorry. You're talking. I was like, that was louder than I thought it was.
Tony opening his beer already.
I was trying to be quiet. That was not quiet.
But anyway, we decided to take a little bounce over in South Jersey because they've never been in there. Of course, anybody in the military there is not from there. So I'm familiar with South Jersey, so we took off and got 10 miles into the ride and hit this pothole. And my fender caught the bridge, like I was telling you, and Went down to 70 mile an hour.
Ugh, down at 70. Ooh, that's scary crap, man. I got that big 30 on the front. I don't want to go down to 70 because I don't usually get up to 70 on that big wheel. I cruise on that thing.
Yeah, I've just got 23 on mine. I mean, it rides smooth, just not smooth on the DC roads.
Not on New York roads, right? We were talking about them New York roads.
Yeah.
Well, we got a big ride talking about rides coming up and who it's helping. The Soaked and Sore Ass ride is coming up June 13th. That's a week from tomorrow, Charlie. Are you kidding me? A week from tomorrow.
Away, yep.
So everybody's asking me what this benefits, because most of the rides we do benefit something. This is benefiting the Keys. If you don't know it right now, the Keys, at the beginning of the Keys, have been locked down for 3 months almost. 90% of the money that comes into the Keys, the Florida Keys, is based on cruises or tourism, and they had it locked down to anybody who didn't live there and no boats coming in. So you tell me where the Keys are at in 3 months of having nobody come down there to spend money.
Right.
They're hurting. So we set this up, God, how many months ago, Charlie? 2-3 months ago, at least?
At least, yeah.
And we were praying that the Keys were going to open.
Right.
And finally they said, okay, June 1st is going to open. I said, okay, we're going to do this. We actually had a backup plan to Savannah, Georgia, which would have been nice also. I think next year we're, no, Jackson. We were going to go to St. Augustine.
St. Augustine.
Next year we're going to go to Savannah. I think I've already kind of asked. I usually ask everybody on the ride. I think everybody's going to be pretty good with going to Savannah, Georgia next year.
Yeah,
usually a good ride. I didn't want to go out of the state this year with the COVID stuff and coming back in and everything. So, but next year I think we're playing in Savannah. This year we're going to Isle Morada. We're going to help the Keys, our Florida brothers down there and sisters down there that are just hurting. So we are ending at, Isle Morada Brewery and Distillery. Make their own beer and liquor. I mean, let's do this, right? I mean, I'm going to find a better
grin
spot.
on his face.
You got a place that makes their own beer and liquor. That's it. I'm in.
Georgia boy said he's in.
Charlie, read those stops off so everybody knows them.
Well, our first stop is, of course, we're starting at Quaker Steak and Lube, so get there early. I think you said Bill's going to do
breakfast.
Since today's National Donut Day, he's going to do donuts.
It is, and John didn't bring us donuts here at WeBeam TV. I can't believe it.
So that's where we're going to start at. So plenty of parking. Come on out early. Get ready. Roster is going to be the first one. First time they're in on the ride.
I want to say so too. Rossiter's, yeah.
So Roster's Harley Davidson down in Sarasota. I think you said that Tomahawk or something was going.
Tomahawk's going to be at that stop. I talked to him Wednesday, and he's going to help us at Rossiter's. Yes.
Then we're going to the brand new Burt's Black Widow Harley Davidson. And Tony, you might have an announcement on the restaurant there.
Restaurant. They're doing. I just saw they posted. They're doing a hiring weekend there at the restaurant during this weekend. So it's not going to be open yet.
Looking for a job.
But they're going to be hiring. And I know Beth told me everybody that goes on a ride is going to get a special gift down at Burt's Black Widow. And from what she told me, it's an amazing gift. So if you go on this ride, everybody who's on this ride down there is going to get a special gift to the point of maybe $20 gift certificate. To spend.
So we're stopping on the way down there.
So I'm just saying, everybody on this ride might get a nice present from Black Widow to spend there that day. So if you want to get a shirt or something,
gift certificate to get more bolt-on chrome for your bike.
Give you half that shirt.
Guys, I've done some work for them down there. They're a good group of guys.
And then what's the next stop after Black Widow?
Another first stop, and this is a fairly new location. They've always had a Harley down there, but the new Rockstar Harley Davidson down in Fort Myers.
What was it called before? Six Bends? It was Six Bends.
Cal down there, the GM, he's a great guy.
Yeah, we stopped there last year for a few minutes stuff. Big parking lot, nice place. Make sure you go in and check it out.
I'm gonna test Charlie. Do you know what Six Bends represented?
I don't know what the six bends in there. Where we're from is how many times the barrel of your shotgun got bent while you're trying to kill the snake or whatever. But
do you know what Six Bends represented?
No, I don't.
Or usually it's a dam.
So from what I thought, it was the handlebars.
Yeah,
that is correct. I knew you knew it. Yeah. So it's the handlebar bends. I was
trying to picture. I remember the logo. I'm thinking
it's on their wall. Yeah, I was like, I didn't know that either. I'm like, Six Bends? What? And then they told me, and I was like, that's a good trivia question right there.
I got 7 in my handlebars now.
Because of that bottle.
But from Rockstar Harley,
an odd number is not good when it comes to handlebars.
No, it is not. That's why they're coming off.
Yeah. On Rockstar, now you're not getting onto Alligator Alley, so do not get on the toll road, to cut across the Everglades. Keep on going down. Is it 94, 41?
41.
Tamiami Trail.
Yeah.
Stay on it. You're going to go down, and we're going to another first place, Island Cafe in Everglade City. There is a...
When Charlie and I were looking for a place to stop, I had no idea where there was an Everglade City.
Well, you're talking about that 41. You're talking about the bears up here. That's
Gators?
the same thing. No, it's the same thing with Black Panthers down there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you got to watch.
Remember,
we were heading down one year,
and
somebody
what's
hit
funny
one.
about that story, Tony was like, these Panthers, I've never seen one. I think they're just a myth. I don't think they exist.
Also
And this is what, while we're waiting, because they got us, remember, they got us off the road, and we were waiting, and he said, I just don't think there exists. And then when we got up to it, he said, oh, somebody got hit. There's somebody there. Come to find out, somebody hit a black panther. Hit
just
one of
a
the
panther,
Panthers.
right? I don't think they're
Really?
Black
Florida
Panthers.
Panther.
I think they're just Panthers.
The Florida Panther was laying in the middle of the road, and
Right.
Tony's like, well, I guess I can shut my mouth on that one.
It was big.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it was.
Big panther.
It was big.
Beautiful panther.
I remember one point they said that, if I remember right, it was like a vehicular manslaughter if you kill one.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
with
one
the
was
vehicle.
actually
We'll go
crossing
Big charges,
there in
yeah.
Fort Myers. It was crossing the road and somebody accidentally hit it.
Same
Yeah.
with the key deer. If you hit a key deer and down in the Keys, you can get fined and stuff like that.
Yeah.
In fact, they have those grates where it keeps them in that same area. So you have to go over the grates, which is fun on a motorcycle. Then they're in that area, and then you got graded after that. So
Right.
And what's great, they're starting to build the underpasses for them, to where they can funnel them and they walk under and not
Well,
even
I
get
always
out
see
on the
those
road.
signs that say key deer crossing. Well, why are they crossing right there? I don't understand. Why don't they just go up the road a little bit and cross somewhere else?
I think
No,
they're,
bad joke. It was.
So, yeah,
never
key
they
mind.
don't have a crosswalk.
Never
Yeah,
mind.
they're actually doing the dugouts now. Even down in the glades, they're kind of opening that back up where water can go back under, where your alligators can get through there.
Yeah, 41, you got to worry about gators because I saw a video of a gator climbing a fence the other day. I
Yep.
said, no, listen, you want to just terrify the world? Just have a gator opening the door, knocking on it. Well, this one, I saw another gator video. Somebody goes, yeah, we heard a loud noise. And it was on Facebook. It was two gators in their front lanai fighting each other. I mean, both of them were probably 8 foot. Fighting right in front of, I'm like, no, I'm not walking out the front door that day.
Right.
And then we got an interesting stop. We called a lot of people in Florida, a lot of people.
This is Charlie's stop, so if you don't like it,
Yes.
when he set this
Yeah,
up.
I had to set this one up. I mean, I messaged, it still hadn't got, but coronavirus hit the area of Miami and real bad. So the only stop I could set up was a racetrack gas station.
Well, you can grab a drink, get off your bike for a second, relax your butt, because it's not far from there to the end stop, is it?
No, this is just before you get to where our normal stop would have been at Last Chance Saloon. They're completely closed. I even showed you the sign they got up on the door.
What did it say? Our stupid ass governor or something like
Next
that?
thing, some greedy son guy comes
Greedy
up with
son.
some other way to
It's like-
close us down.
Yeah.
But I called every restaurant, everything, and the ones that are open are just takeout. We called a VFW. Well, with you young folk coming in with our older folks, we can't do that. The racetrack, they worked with us. We had to go through all the hoops. They had to talk to the district manager, the regional manager, all that. They said we can't set a table or anything up, so you're going to have to go in to the cash register. The ladies there will draw your card, do your cards for you. But when you're down there, take care of them. Gas up your bike, stuff like that, because the folks are opening up to us to let us stop.
I was surprised you actually got a racetrack. That's a big corporate company.
That is a big deal.
That's a
Yeah.
big corporate company to be a stop on a poker run, I mean, and again, we're going to have 300. We'll probably have 300. We have, I would say 120 pre-registered for this ride, which is a lot of people on the ride already. A lot of doubles, a lot of singles, probably about as many singles as doubles. So when I put the numbers in, I want to say 118, 120, something like that already. We'll probably see 200 to 300 people.
Yeah. The only thing they ask is
it's gonna be a great ride.
don't park and build up right in front of their store. So if you fill your bike up, move it to
They're
one
going to
side.
put cones out or something. didn't
Yeah,
they say
or
that?
I'll have to bring some cones down, stuff like that. They said other than that, the welcome there, no seating inside. Of course, everything's still closed inside, but you got to go inside, pay for your stuff, get your
That's
card.
going to be the toughest stop of them all. I'll tell you right now. We're going to have to figure that one out. You park on the side, go and get your card. Don't hang out long because
Yeah.
your hotel's maybe 45 minutes away, if
Yeah.
that.
Well,
I mean,
we're actually staying in Florida City.
Yeah, you're staying up there.
Prices are kind of ranging, but the cheapest price is back in Florida City. But the next day, we're going to get to unload the bikes off the trailer and ride down to the Keys.
you know what? I realize the Keys is a destination to go to. They're damn expensive down there. They are damn expensive for rooms. 2 something. I mean, I got a little room at some little place, Seaside Inn or Sunrise. It was $250 with 2 beds. I'm like, holy Lord, that's
We
a
went down
lot.
somewhere last year for vacation to the Keys, and I saved up all my Hilton points and paid for the whole week.
That's the way
We
to do
had
it.
several people say that they're just
Yeah.
using a lot of points. Now, me, I got points, stuff like that, but we, for $139, we got 2 nights at the Super 8 or whatever there in Florida City, or or La Quinta or whatever we're staying
And you
at.
can go on and pre-register online. You can pay the day of. Either way, nothing changes on the price. It's still the same. $40 for a single, $70 for a double. And here's the explanation to it. $70 for the double is 2 up on 1 bike. That's the $70. If you're 2 individual riders, it's 40 and 40. That's how it works out. All right. So I have a lot of couples who come up and say, or 2 guys, hey, we're a couple, we're going to pay 70. It's if you're individual riders, it's $40 a piece. If you're 2 up on a bike, then it's 70. Yep. Everybody gets at the end only, and I've had a lot of people call, and you know, I got the phones set to my phone, and I get a lot of, can we meet up at Sarasota and start there because we live in Ellington or something? I said no. In the beginning I said maybe, and now I say no, because it's not fair to everybody else on this ride if you start at the second stop and miss Quaker. You know, you got to get your card. Number one, there is a card at Quaker Steak and Loop, so you have to get your card, register, and leave from there. It also cuts out mileage on the ride. This is a 330 some odd mile ride. That's the point of this. This isn't like every other poker run where you can jump in the middle, get off. You actually earn your patch, your shirt, and your certificate at the end.
The other thing is the good old legality thing. You have the disclaimer sheets and everything they have to sign at Quaker. You have all that good stuff. You know, everybody's been through that when they do a poker run. And it's much easier to have it in one place. That way, they sign, they pay, they get their shirt, patch, and everything else.
That's at the end.
And you don't have to.
So what's Jim? Think about this. This is cool. The patches and certificate and shirt for this ride, you get at the end of it. And when we do our party, I offer if I have extras and if we have made too many, people can buy the extra ones for cheap just to get have extras if they want. When we have them left over, we throw them away. We cut them up. We cut the shirts up when they're done, or we'll send them to the stops and stuff like that. That participated.
Yeah,
There's a patch right there. But the patches, I keep a few just in case. But you don't get that patch unless you do the ride. You don't get the shirt unless you do the ride. You know, so. I mean, we just don't give away sore-ass T-shirts to anyone, and it's cool because we've been doing this.
If you start way down south, you ain't gonna have sore when you get down there anyway.
Yeah.
No. But we all start at one spot, and it's just then we got our last stop. And Tony, I'm gonna kind of let you tell the story on this because this wasn't our original last stop.
No, we had Hog Haven.
Hog Haven, yep.
Hog Haven.
And they were yeah, and then remember last week?
Yeah.
They kind of got cold feet and.
They were just opening.
Yep.
They're very political down there, so the cops were giving them a hard time. Everybody's turning everybody in for having too many people and the social distancing.
They got the tattletale going on.
We're very nervous about having 200 to 300 people, so they said no. I called Islamorada Brewing and Distillery, and initially they were like, "That's a lot of people," and I'm like, maybe they won't all be there at once. You know, they'll be in and out, and we'll have a little after party. But they said no. They're like, "Well, we can't do it. You know, we need to hire a police officer to keep it safe."
Yeah,
and
they
I was
wanted Tony to hire a police officer.
No, I'm not going to do that. So they said, okay, well, we're not really that interested. I got a call 20 minutes later. We're going to get the cops. We want you guys here. So I said, okay, good. I like
once they found out they were open.
Right.
You know, and of course they're under the same rules, 50%, things like that. And Tony, I know you've asked people, hey, if you come in, you got a card, hang around for a little bit, but if you're not winning, you know, if you want to sneak out, go ahead, and that way we kind of spread out.
We're going to let you know if you have a good hand or
So
not.
the keys are, I know we just opened up today 100% up here, so the keys are separate.
Separate,
Yes,
complete.
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
What is it,
Remember,
Monroe County?
they actually blocked everything off. If you did not have an ID to get onto the keys, they had a roadblock where you did not get through.
Yeah.
And they finally lifted that this past Monday or whatever the first was.
Now, I had somebody say they're not going on a run for this reason, and that's stupid, but I got to tell you guys, Monroe County right now has a mandatory mask in public places. Not while you're riding or in your cars or vehicles or at home, but in public places they have a mandatory wear a mask. So Fran is going to give us a big box of all the face covers, and definitely bring those with you. You know, wear them during the ride so you don't get too sunburned, but that works for a face cover. So when we get down there, it is mandatory you wear the face covers. I know it sucks. I don't like them telling me I have to do something either, but it is what it is for your safety. It is on the outskirts of the area that's heavily affected. So understand their reasoning is you bring COVID down, it's going to spread like wildfire in the Keys. All right, that's the idea. So if you got a fever, don't go down there to do this run, and wear your masks. Pretty simple.
Well, everybody's got their own little communities down. When you cross off the mainland of the Keys, it's like going into a different country.
Right.
Which at one time, remember, was a different country.
Yeah, Conch Republic. They actually
And-
they seceded from the America, right? For a while. Did you know that? Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
The
And a-
stories of that is.
And a lot of these folks are real, you know, they really close ranks when there's something happening on their little communities.
I got a Conch Republic kid in my family. Believe it. Isabella was born down there, and let me tell you, she embodies the idea of a Conch Republic. She never wears shoes. She is like, oh, free spirited as all get up. She never wears shoes. My brother's a kid, and she is the Key West kid. Let me tell you, she is all about the sun, running around, having a good time. No shoes ever.
But
Nothing wrong with that.
just
No.
respect their wishes down there, you know, and that way we come out with, looking good and all that. So bring your masks. Of course, like you say, Fran's going to give us a bunch of. Have a good time. Visit a lot of folks down there, you know.
Let's spend some money down there. They
Yep,
need it.
play-
That's the thing is
that's the
they
charity
need
this
money
year,
down
the
there
keys.
because they've been shut off from the world for 3 months. So let's go help them down there here in the state of Florida. So I think it's great. We got 20 minutes left. What we're going to do is we're going to play a quick commercial or a quick video from this past weekend. Was it this past weekend? We did a bikini bike wash at the Full Throttle offices. Everywhere Eddie stopped by and he was able to do a quick interview with Greg from Tattooed Sweethearts. Kind of building up perfect there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Tattooed girls, drinks, bike wash. Georgia Boyce got his bike wash at least six
Twice,
times
yep.
that day. I don't know why it was so dirty. I mean, he parked it and I see he threw mud all over it and then took
He
it
said
back.
he done it one wheel at a time. He
He
took
did,
it in
yeah.
the front wheel, brought it back. And then
Paid
back.
for it, left, came back, got it again. You know, he just wanted to. So we're going to watch this quick video and play a Attorney Fran House commercial, who's one of our great sponsors, Law Fran. You guys get a motorcycle, car, truck, any kind of accident, call Law Fran, 866-LAW-FRAN, lawfran.com. We're going to play those back to back. We're going to come back and talk about all the events that are coming up. We'll see you guys shortly.
Hey, it's Everywhere Eddie, and I'm here for the bike wash.
Yes, Tattooed Sweetheart.
Tattooed
At Full
Sweetheart bike wash at Full Throttle, at the offices of Full Throttle. I mean, not one, not two. I think it's about three or four of them. Yeah.
Four total today.
And they're all beautiful, and they all know what they're doing. Well, this is Everywhere Eddie. We're here Full Throttle. We're getting our bikes washed, and we're checking out the beautiful bikini Tattooed Sweethearts. Look at that ink. That ink is amazing.
What she does that mean?
And the rest is pretty amazing also. All right, look at this. He's doing a great job.
I really know how to work a hose.
All right, we'll see you later. Everywhere Eddie, Rick Riley, Tattooed Sweethearts, saying see ya.
I decided to pursue a career in law
put curve
because
feelers
it gives me an
on, spinners,
opportunity
you
to help
know,
people.
we-
When a client chooses us to represent them, they're entrusting us with a huge responsibility. It's our goal to exceed their expectations with our personalized service and to help them to achieve the best possible recovery to compensate them for their injuries.
That's where we come in. We come in and we solve that problem for them and really set them on the right track in order to try and get back to what their life was like before the accident happened.
And that trike you saw Fran on there is her trike. She rides, by the way. She's awesome. We were just sitting there. Oh, there's Eddie. Eddie was talking about how Laconia is great riding. You know, I don't know if there's any better than Sturgis riding, personally. Have you ridden up in Sturgis?
No.
Oh my goodness, it's amazing out there. Charlie almost
you're gonna be up there. You're gonna be up there with road Sturgis or riding in Sturgis?
Riding in Sturgis.
Riding in. I want to. My plan is to let everybody do all their stuff at night, and I'll ride all day and come back and sleep.
You know, we'll be going now. Tony's going to be doing the ride going up there that we're planning. Me and Georgia Boy get there on the 7th. We're there. You know, we're going to go to Mount Rushmore. We're going to go to Devil's Tower, the long way, not back through Sturgis, stuff like that. Things like that. What's the canyon run?
What is? Yeah, God, there was some great
Stuff like
rides
that.
up there.
What days you going to be there?
Nemo Road.
7th through the 18th.
I think I want to be there early because when I was talking to the Buffalo Chip, you know, as big as the truck is, before the crowds get there, I need to get there before everybody else get parked.
But we'll look you up when we get there, and then we're doing the rides. If you want to ride with us, you know.
They're putting the truck right there at your spot.
Okay.
What else did we do? What are the
at our
roads up
spot there and Full Throttle.
Guys, tell us some of the roads, the rides that are up there in Sturgis. You got Canyon. What is that? Needles Highway is
Needles
awesome.
Highway, yep. And there's the other highway that comes that we do all the time.
Yeah, kind of Spearfish Canyon.
Spearfish Canyon.
Yeah, Spearfish Canyon's great. We at the bottom, I always find this little place to park, and we walk down to the waterfall that's down there. It's cold water.
But there's the other road that's like Mountain Road or something like that takes you into the Custer State Park.
We usually go to Custer State Park, see the buffalo. I'm sitting with him once, and we're sitting there looking at the buffalo, and the buffalo comes probably to where the wall is. So you're talking 10 feet away.
Big male buffalo.
It's a monster. I mean, I'm looking at him going, Charlie, we gotta go. He's like, just don't move. I'm like, we gotta go, and he's got his eye turned aside looking at us, and I'm like, Charlie, this thing's bigger than we are. Let's go. I said, we can't get away fast enough.
Don't move.
He's like, shut up and stay still. Yeah. I was like, okay.
Well, it's their time of season, so it's so funny. My mom said,
I'm a hairy dude. I was scared, man.
They get out of their RV to go, oh, look, honey, it's a buffalo. And then all of a sudden, one buffalo mounts the other, and she's going, oh, wait, no. You know, right down the road. Too late. He done got a eyeful there, you know.
We had to go hunt him down one year. Remember, we were, oh, my gosh. So I'm on the 30 bike, right? And it's got that thin wheel, the V rubber, so it's not very good. So we get there, and they're like, oh, the herd's off to the side. You're going to have to go down this dirt road. And I'm like, okay. And everybody's like, let's do it. I'm like, I'm on a 30 wheel here, guys, on a bagger trying to, and I'm like, what the hell? So we get there, and I swear, it was the hardest road. I almost dumped it like 6 times. We find the herd, and they're way off in the stop, so we stop and park. And they ended up walking all the way up to us.
Right.
So it was cool as hell. We stood there for a while, but I'm on this bike trying to go down this dirt road. These guys are all having a good time on their bikes. I'm like, I'm going to die. I'm going to die.
Right. Just got to remember, if you get off on the dirt roads in Custer National Park, stuff like that, you're talking about holes, you got to watch for the prairie dog holes, because those little bastards will dig a hole right in the middle of the road.
I've got a keen eye for holes.
You know, so if you walk, you got to watch for them, but they'll
I don't think I could.
You'll be riding down the dirt road, and all of a sudden they'll pop up right in front of you.
I was going to say, Lucky, is that your road name? I don't know. Okay.
Yeah.
So say if you didn't have
I was
one.
a lucky dog that day.
If you didn't have one, your new name's Pothole. So,
and the other thing, when you're out in the Rocky, and in the Rocky Mountain, that's up in Johnson, if you're out in Custer Park, don't pass up a gas station.
Right.
Go ahead, stop.
I can't pass one up in mine. Mine sucks fuel.
Yeah. There is one gas station in the park. Remember, we had to find it. It only has one pump. It's at a resort. But I tell people, if you're not sure, if there's a doubt coming in your mind, do I have fill up? Stop and fill up. Don't pass up a gas station.
You know, I got back this week. I went into panic mode over this bike because I'm thinking, Sturgis, I've got to do all this work to this bike, so I'm calling in favors. I called Jeff Summers, guy painted my bike out Deltona, and I don't know if y'all ever heard of Raffy R&F. He's got a little custom shop up on the other side of Orlando. What is that up there?
Probably.
Orange City.
Yeah.
Anyway, I called him. He bought the original tins off of that bike when I first started the project, and I called him. I said, dude, you got a tank? So he threw me a tank. He said, yeah, I got a tank. So I'm tearing this thing apart, sending it back to paint. Now I'm rushing around, freaking out, not having this bike ready for
and it's a beautiful bike. I want to say you won in almost every show you were in with us.
Yeah,
in your category, you did mostly HD non-bagger, right? Because is it a deluxe?
It is.
It is a deluxe.
There,
yeah. So I like the deluxe, the Softail. You know, you can do that Cholo style on a deluxe, and you can do it on a Road King. Both are great.
That's my next project.
Both are great bikes to do it on. Actually, I want to take the full throttle bike, and I've been discussing with a couple people that you could change the forks and everything around, and we can do that. I want to put the spoked fat spokes,
that's what I had on
26
there. That's what I had
on
on
the
there.
front, and
Yeah.
I want to do it and do fishtails on the back, but I want to shoot flames too.
Right.
So I mean, it's got to shoot flames if it's a full throttle bike, doesn't it?
Got to have good insurance.
So yes, and a good insurance. So I got to tell you one time about shooting flames. Somebody brought a jet engine bike to Quaker Steak and Lube
Yes.
once, and they're like, "Oh, fire it up." Okay, they fired it up. They burnt down the bike that was behind it. They melted the fairing of the bike that was behind it. You
can do what?
Everybody started yelling, and the fairing just melted
Yep.
under
Nice.
behind it.
And it was a good little ways back there, and it was still just melted the whole fairing.
That's funny. Yeah, Dana said it's weird not being here today. Blondie was watching. So we're just seeing everybody. How's it going, everybody out there? Hope you guys are having a good time. Again, rain is, I think, in the forecast for this whole state of Florida this weekend, isn't it?
Oh,
It's going to
Off
be
and on.
crappy.
I know my friends and family in Louisiana's got to keep a watch out for the storm coming up through that way, but
But it's not going to hurricane. It's,
No, I think it's
nothing
gonna-
said hurricane, so it's just the first name storm.
they talk like it might just touch Hurricane 1 status when it gets up there, but it's going straight up through the Gulf, so hopefully it just brings them a lot of rain.
It ain't no COVID, that's for sure.
Nope.
All right, let's talk about some of these events coming up. Let's go through this. First one, Motorcycle Parade, June 20th for Father's Day. That's going to be pretty cool.
Yeah, we had a lot of people ask, is the Sochi Soras run on Father's Day? No, Father's Day is on the 20th.
On the 20th. This one is cool. It's Oak Manor Senior Living Community. And they called us and said, can you do this for the fathers that are here that can't get out because of the corona? Of course, they can't. They don't want to take, chances. And I said, sure, I think we could put something together. I found a picture of people in a line. And, we're going to arrive at 10, the parade's at 10:30. Then it's done. So bring signs. They're going to wave and have a good time, and basically just do it for the community there. It's going to be very nice. I think it'll be fun. That's Sunday, June 20th. Is that Father's Day? Is it Saturday, June 20th?
Sunday's Father's Day.
Oh, Sunday, the
Yeah.
21st is probably Father's Day.
Yeah.
All right. Ride to Work Day. As much as we all like to ride to work, my bike's at work, so it's hard for me to ride to work. I'd have to ride home from work and then ride to work that day.
You can ride twice.
Yeah, perfect, right?
Yeah,
So the
how's that
29th Annual International Motorcycle and Scooter and Scooter Ride to Work Day is Monday, June 15th. Yeah.
Well, the great thing about our job is if we ever want to go for a ride, we can say, hey, let's go for a ride, and we're still doing our job.
Dang right. Charlie, talk about the next one.
Which one is, the Kicking Wings Bike Night is coming back. Folks up in Pasco County have been looking forward to this. He's finally got to open the bar back up. So Kicking Wings Bike Night is back. I think Bearded Brothers are going to be there to kick it off.
Bearded Brothers they got social distancing, 50% inside, which I actually think it's 75 now.
Yeah, by that
I think
time,
it says,
yeah.
I think it is 75 now inside percent. I'm not sure, but it says
It's 100% over in Daytona.
Yeah.
crazy. How is some counties different than others? Because of the amount of COVID cases, or?
I don't know.
Yeah, they're even
I've
asking-
tried to figure all this out.
They've even started asking people to start planning their vacations for Daytona already, I've seen. So,
I just, you know what, I don't want to say this because there's a lot of people that don't feel the same way, but they've opened everything up. If this was as bad as it was supposed to be, shouldn't the cases be flying
and
over
it's
the
not.
top right now?
Especially with all the people mass gathering around the country.
I mean, shouldn't they be flying over the
I like
top
to
right
think it's
now?
the weather. I mean, up north is pretty bad, still kind of cool, so I mean, maybe the weather's got something to do with it.
I would think that, because you got to think,
I mean, flu weather's in the winter
Yeah.
and chill.
I get that summer cold a lot, though. You ever get the summer fever or the summer cold? You get it real quick, 2 or 3 days. It's, it sucks because you're 90 degrees and you step outside and it's 100 degrees. You're like, okay, I'm going to die,
Yeah.
But support the Kicking Wings Bike Night. He always tries to put on a good bike night, tries to bring in good bands there. So weather's great.
Good property, brings in
And,
that stage.
Bearded Brothers, 2 or 3 people's heard of them. So
Who?
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
So in fact, we got one of the honorary beers
can't
right
say that
there,
anymore,
Georgia
can
boy.
you?
No, I can't. Well, I got the light beard. I had the goatee, but
But your new road name's Peach Fuzz.
yeah, I'm telling you, barely.
then
But you know what? I raised $900 almost for
That's
Feast
great,
Food
yeah.
Pantry.
I'd
So
save mine for
it
that.
was worth. So we did it, and I was sitting in this chair right here, and I said, "Where the hell does double chin come from?" I said it was hidden by the beard. I'm like, "Oh, I guess it
Well,
always
that's
was
what
there."
I got mine for.
And then,
I need to grow it back out and hide that double chin again.
and then Tony, you had somebody else who's bringing their bike night give you a call. One right.
Salty Shamrock, yeah, July 30th. That's not till the end of July. But Salty Shamrock, Sharpie is, I think he's out of town right now, but he called me, told me that, of course, all these are sponsored by attorney Fran Haas, by the way. 866-LAW-FRAN, lawfran.com if you get any accidents. So Fran Haas is sponsoring all these great bike nights. This is Salty Shamrock. Again, emceed by Sharpie. We're going to be out there July 30th. That's a good one right there. And then we were talking, Charlie, about the 5-bridge poker run.
Yep.
Now, I know, do you know he does, I don't, let's test you. Do you know any of the bridges over here, their names?
No, I'm on this side.
All right, let's see. What are the 5 bridges, without looking at them, in the Tampa area, Charlie?
Okay, the 5 bridges. You got the Howard Franklin.
Okay, Howard Franklin.
Courtney
Howard
Campbell.
Frank Land, by the
Yeah,
way.
with a D.
It's Land, Frank Land. I always thought it was Franklin.
With a D. Of course, you got the Courtney Campbell.
Courtney Campbell.
You got the Gandy.
You got the Gandy.
You got the Skyway Bridge.
Skyway.
Now, most people call it, hang on, can't answer that phone there. Got to decline the phone call. Now, most people call it just the Bay Bridge. But it's the one that's
The
on
Bayside,
49.
yeah.
Yes, Bayside is actually named. Most people just call it the Bay Bridge.
It's a smaller bridge. It's the bumpy bridge. It was, when it was made, I guess they did something, so when you ride it does on the bike,
yeah.
it's like you're coming out of your seat. It's like, holy crap, what's going on? In a car, you just, but on the bike. So we're
Unless
looking.
she was in the old fire truck.
See, Bayside, Howard Franklin, Courtney Campbell, Gandy, and Skyway. What we're going to do is, you'll see sheets like this. Well, we got to find the stops. We usually do wing houses, right? I think that's usually the wing house run. We got to get with them and find out if they're interested in doing it. But this is a ride. We're going to show you this here real quick. This is our poker hand that you're getting with the Soaked and Sore Ass run as well. I'm going to hold that up. You see the 3 grids on there? So when you get the when you register for the poker run, this is what you're going to get. You get 3 hands with every registration. So your $40 if you're a single rider gets you 3 hands. Your $70 is going to get you 2 of these sheets, one for you and one for your rider. So everybody gets 3 hands. I'm thinking, Charlie, we are going to offer these if you want to buy an extra one for $10. So you're going to have an extra sheet. Does not get you the shirt, patch, and certificate. So the extras are going to be just that, a chance to win the poker hands. So you can't get an extra t-shirt, patch, and certificate for the extra hands. You get only $10, get you 3 hands for $10. So basically you buy 2 for $5, you get 1 free. So you will be able to get extra hands, but I'm going to mark those as extra hands. Probably going to make a whole separate sheet for those. Charlie, what do you think? Probably should. That way it's not similar to this, because this has all the stops and all the times. If you could look, I know it's going to be hard to see, but see these bigger? So these are the time frames that you have to get to the stops. And as it goes along, I make it longer in the time frame, because you got lunch, you got, stopping, peeing, all that good stuff. So the first 2 stops are 2 hours. The 3rd stop is a 3-hour stop, and then they go to 4-hour stops after that. Like, you have 4 hours to make it to Rockstar. That's pretty easy. That's I mean, but you can't dilly-dally on this ride.
No.
You cannot dilly-dally. I'm telling you, you'll be pressed for time if you take too much at one stop.
That's a good spot. I mean, if you get there and spend the whole 4 hours at Rockstar, you'll have a good time, right?
If you leave at 8 and you get to Rossiter's, that number 1 doesn't start till 10. So you leave at 9 o'clock from Quaker, you're at Rossiter's at 10 right when you get it going. Okay, you hang out you leave at 10:30. The next stop is 11 to 2. So 10:30 to 11:30, you're at 11:30, 12 o'clock, you're at Birch. You grab something to eat.
Right.
It's now 1 o'clock. All right. Rockstar is from noon to 4. So now you're already getting to the middle of that time. You're not going to get to Rockstar until, 2. So now, and then at 2 o'clock, you get there, you hang out. You have from 1 to 5, 2 to 6, and 4 to 8.
Right.
So you got to space those times out. I've done this long enough to know that the last 3 or 4 stops got to be 4 hours, because some people rush right through it and try and get it all the way done by 4 o'clock. In fact, was it Panama City?
Yeah.
Somebody was there waiting for us. And said,
Waiting for us
where you hell? Yeah. And I'm like, why? It's 4 o'clock. I'm getting here early. They're like, we've been here waiting for an hour. I said, you didn't enjoy the ride then.
Yeah.
You just hauled ass through it. That's no fun.
They blew by us like
yeah, that's no fun. Enjoy the ride. That's the whole point of it. And why we give you basically 12 hours to make an entire ride.
Right.
Enjoy the stuff. Stop. Enjoy Rockstar Island Cafe. Stop and feed a gator. Don't pet them. I said pet them one day, and everybody said, don't even pet the gators. Don't touch the gators.
Don't touch
on 41. And don't run them over either, because they're like speed bumps. Do not touch or pet the alligators. Do I really have to say that? You know what's bad is I really should probably have to say that.
You might want to put that in your clause.
You know what? I'm going to. Don't touch or pet alligators. Morons.
We will not be responsible for it.
Yeah.
We're not responsible
They also
for
have
fingers
the
or
Valley
limbs.
Jet Memorial up if you want to stop there, real quick, see it. They've got it up and everything else. You got another run that you got to do the rally is the Nick Wallenda Daredevil Rally.
The Daredevil Rally. That's coming up, right? That's this weekend. I was going to go down last night. We had special tickets to go see that, and it rained out. So, do you remember Nick Wallenda on the TV? Walking, he does
the tightrope stuff. His grandfather did it for years, and tragically fell off one, and now he's taken up. He just crossed a volcano or something.
Did he really?
These are the guys that done like something in Vegas one time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, between the two buildings.
Okay,
yeah.
yeah.
Between the buildings, they're the Flying Walindas, are they?
Yep,
Is that what they go
yep.
by?
Yeah.
So that's happening down in Sarasota. I don't even know what the name of the park is. I couldn't read it. I was checking it out. So it's over the bridge down in Sarasota. It's going to be awesome. Of course, sponsored by Attorney Fran Hosh. They are amazing with everything they're doing. Fran just put a video up. In fact, I shared it. If you go down on our page, I want to say yesterday or the day before, you're going to see a video that Fran did, and it's quite funny. Watch it. It's good. They're with the Rocky show, with the rocket show and stuff like that, where she was in a ball of death and all types of fun stuff. So that's a whole concert series. And actually, you pull up in your car, and you watch it from in your car, so you don't have to get out. So you can, if you're still trying to stay COVID free.
Yep, they're still a little conservative down in Sarasota with the COVID stuff. So, and then lastly, because we got less than a minute, the Tampa Green Beret first annual poker walk at Quaker Steak and Lube,
Which was going to be a poker run, but they're doing a walk. I think it's, let's see, come join us. Remember D-Day, Normandy invasion, June 6, 2020, noon to 3. Due to the current COVID situation, the entire event will be held at Quaker Steak and Lube. Where's that AR drawing? I got to find that on there. I can't
It's
see
probably
it.
in the blue writing. That
Oh, there it is. Raffles, AR-15. I think that says drawing. So might have to go check that out. I mean,
Get to beat a lot of the Green Berets down there and stuff like that. And of course, we don't have many World War
those
II
were the
vets
badasses,
left.
weren't
Yep.
they? The Green Berets were the badasses, I thought.
Yeah.
12 seconds. Oh, shit. Jim, say bye to everybody. You're going to take us out today.
Hey guys, I appreciate being here and look forward to Sturgis run, and let's get these things loaded up and got Sturgis, have a good time. I'm looking forward to it.
See ya.
Be safe.